Welcome to Neurodivergent Bands, Lazy Listicle. So, today I want to talk about signs that people you know may have mental health problems. Okay, so here are 10 maybe we overlook. So, the person you know is fine, but they're a bit emotionally flat. So, they're not visibly upset, just less expressive, less excited than usual, So, sometimes people often think that this is because they're angry at someone or something, and they tend to confuse this with anger. But in reality, maybe this person in question, is reflecting their sadness, not anger. Um, Two, maybe they joke about serious things a little too often, more than usual, right? That doesn't seem, I mean, it seems a bit off. So they use humor to deflect from topics like stress or burnout, feelings of just, being overwhelmed. And a third one is subtle withdrawal. Now you're saying, what the heck does that mean? So the person still shows up, they're present physically and mentally to some extent, but it seems like they're contributing less to whatever it is that's supposed to be going on. I hear, like, let's say a family lunch, dinner, or their presence at work or university, something of that extent. And so, you see them, but they leave early. Maybe they clock out early by 15 minutes, or if they're having lunch or dinner, you just see them finish before everyone else. And maybe it seems like they ate whatever they were supposed to be eating rapidly. And, other signs of just mentally checking out. It doesn't necessarily have to be related to time. Another one could be maybe over apologizing or second guessing themselves. So saying words like sorry frequently, or needing reassurance over small decisions. So they keep, wondering whether or not they should go with this or that. And maybe they ask other people for recommendations a million times, which is kind of weird, unusual. Now, five, maybe changes in communication patterns. So it's taking them longer to reply. They're giving you short answers. Maybe they're avoiding deeper conversations altogether. And, they could stay busy all the time as well. This is one that a lot of us overlook. We think they're being productive, but this constant need to fill their schedule could be a sign or an indicator that they want to just be alone with their thoughts. And yeah, this is ironically speaking, this is an actual strategy for people to fix their mental health issues. But this is also a sign that they have mental health issues. So, it's kind of an interesting connection there. Seven, maybe small declines in their self-care. So you see that they're not well groomed, like they usually were. So maybe they have like skin hair issues. That's a sign of that. Or maybe they're wearing the same clothes. Like in my case, yesterday and the day before yesterday, I wore this turquoise blue green shirt, and I'm still wearing it. So that can be a reflection that there's something mentally wrong with me. Hope not. This is just for presentation purposes for YouTube for you guys, just to prove the point. Anyway, and or maybe they just seem really exhausted or tired. If we have to list an eighth one, I would also say maybe increased indecisiveness. So when it comes to really simple choices, maybe they need to buy a new cleaning product or something else, a pair of shoes, and then they go to their friend or a family member or a partner or something and say, "Hey, what do you think? Uh, would you go with this one or that one?" And it's something that's often a no-brainer or just requires a little bit of research and comparisons. They ask the person this once, then a week later they ask them this again, and a few more times maybe. So that can be, a subtle sign of mental health issues. If I have to go with another one, maybe they deflect when asked how they're doing. So they respond with something like, "I'm good." And then they just shift topics really quickly. Great. So what about, the sports match last night? Or they say something like, uh, maybe they continue a conversation about video games or something else that's really interesting and attractive, to try to, prevent the other person from prodding them. And when they do that, sometimes they'll continue to speak rapidly, nonstop, and that's just an obvious indicator. It doesn't feel that subtle, but in other cases, they might just continue speaking to you in a normal pace, so it could be tricky and subtle, actually. Uh, and finally, I think if we have to add another good one here, maybe, trying to think, I'm almost out of ideas here. A sense of like, like a sense of effort of being behind your normal functions or something like that. So they're still doing what they need to do in life, right? When it comes to their chores, work, taking care of their family members, their pets, whatever. Very simple examples, but maybe it seems like it takes more out of them than before to do those things, to do those activities. So, like, you see, like they're doing it, everything's on time, everything does seem normal for the most part, but and maybe they have a little bit of an attitude. You could see like anger expressed on their face, or no smiling going on, or when they're walking past you, they bump into you a lot. So it's really, really subtle, and that itself can be a reflection that there's something mentally wrong here. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.